So this is how the GUI looks like, and you can completely lock it down so the users won't be able to see that it's running in the background. You have different tiles here. You have a world map with some red dots and some black dots. I will get back to you also on what that is. Then you have 6 different tiles, which are some information tiles. You have these 3 tiles, which are the 3 different levels of protection we offer. The first level of protection is on the application level. The second level of the protection is on the system and hardware level, and the third one is on the network level. If you start on the application level, here you have all the different applications which are collecting information about you and pushing them forward or using them to their own internal use. But our methodology is that we say that it is your private information and it should not leave your PC. So we have all the different applications who was gathering your information about you. We have, for example, the different web browsers, Firefox, Google Chrome, and Internet Explorer. And per default, we clean caches, crash reports, form histories, and so on every time you close the browser. Per default, we don't clean cookies and passwords because when you install the BlackFog on the PC the first time, it will get all the different all the settings there is, and it will clean some cookies and some passwords, which may cause some irritation moment for the users because they will lose all of their passwords. So you can say that this cleaning of web browsers, you can do that individually in the different browsers. That is correct, you can do that. Unfortunately, fortunate for what we have done is that you have the opportunity to manage it centrally. So you can manage all the different applications which you have installed in your all the different browsers you have installed in your environment and be able to control how their settings should be. So your privacy or your users' privacy is protected. Other than the web browsers, we also have different applications such as Windows, messaging service, compressions, antivirus. All of them, they're of course working. As you can see, I'm using a Windows PC, so it's not that we don't allow Windows to work, but they're not allowed to collect any information about you from your PC and use it. Some of the applications will say we are using your information to enhance our product. Well, in BlackFog, the way of thinking, you are not allowed to do it, or they are not allowed to collect any information about you. So every time you close a browser, we will make a clean of all of this. And if you don't clean up and close a browser within the 4 hours, you can see the next privacy clean is in 3 hours and 33 minutes. So it will clean automatically to keep your private information on your PC away from these collectors. So that's the first level of protection. The second level of protection is on the hardware level, where we protect any unauthorized access to your camera, your microphone, and so on and so on. The list is long. And we have seen some episodes around the world where hackers have hacked into cameras and recorded some videos, or they hacked into some microphones and recorded some confidential conversations, and afterwards have asked for some ransom money. So this is, and what we have seen, and you might also have seen that some companies, some users, they put a tape on the camera, or for example, they just introduced a new series and they have made a flip over on the camera. So you have to manually flip over a lock kind of thing. So your camera is not, if your camera is hacked, they're not able to film anything. For that kind of thing, like a tape on a flip over, is like a step back because you still have to do it manually. What if you forget? So the technology is here that so you can be protected against any unauthorized access to your camera. So every time if there is any unauthorized access to your camera, you will get a notification on your right side saying, "Dear user, there is if you of course allow that to the user to see. But there will be a notification to the user, and there will be a notification for you as IT administrator in the cloud console, telling you that there has been an unauthorized access to your camera. Would you allow it or not? And then you can say, what about all the application which uses cameras, such as Skype, for example? So what we always say is that when you install BlackFog, first you have to do two things. Firstly, please do a full antivirus clean on your PC, because secondly, when you install BlackFog on your PC, it will automatically whitelist everything which is on the PC before it. So if Skype is already installed, it will whitelist Skype and say, all right, Skype uses camera. So when it uses camera, we don't have to send the user notification. At the same time, if there is a virus and you have not used an antivirus, or your antivirus has not been able to find the virus and is still there after you install BlackFog, it will automatically be whitelisted. But because we have 11 different protection layers, and I'm going to come back to that as well in a minute, we will stop it and block it in one way or another. Of course, no one can guarantee 100%, but what I can say that we have 11 different ways of stopping the same threats. So there is a huge chance of that we will block it, even though it was installed on the PC before you installed BlackFog. So other than the camera and the microphone, unauthorized access to those, we also, for example, have any unauthorized access through remote desktop. That was one of the ransomwares back in 2017 called Kangaroo ransomware. And every time a company made, or they hacked into the remote desktop connections and connected through to your PCs or the client's PC, and took all the PCs as ransom because they were able to do it. So again, we will be able to block any unauthorized remote desktop connection. And the list is long. I'm just going to take it very overall so you have an idea of how it is. And if you think this is something for you and you need a more technical go through, we will ask my colleague Thomas, who is the technical guy, and we will arrange a meeting with you one-on-one. So this is the hardware level of protection. The last level of protection is on the net card level. And here we give you we offer you an opportunity to get protected against all of these things. For example, spyware, ransomware, suspicious domains, dark web, geographically blocking, cryptocurrency mining. And I will get back to you how we do it. The best thing is, if you think you already have a really good spyware or ransomware protection, or you want to see commercials, why do we block commercials? You are able to click it off, and then you will not be protected against commercials. I like to be protected against commercials. I will just leave it on. So we offer spyware and ransomware protection, and how we do that is based on behavior analysis and some AE, artificial intelligence. For example, if I send Vishnu an email with a PDF saying, "Hi Vishnu, have a look at this great offer we are providing right now," and this PDF is of course infected. So Vishnu is very innocent, and he presses the link, and what he sees on his screen is a PDF. But in the background, there has started a process. The virus or the PDF has started a process. It's trying to go on out on the web to download and virus to Vishnu's PC. So what BlackFog will do is it will analyze in real time, saying, okay, Vishnu pressed on a PDF link. This PDF link should only show a PDF. It should not start a process, and it should not try to go on the web. So this is bad, and it will be blocked, and you will get a notification as an IT administrator in your console that we have now blocked this one with the exact location, and then you will be able to see what has been blocked. So this is one way of doing behavior analysis. The second way another way of doing behavior analysis is that all of these viruses which downloads themselves are actually not harming your PC until they are activated. So what they do is when they download themselves, as you probably know, they will download themselves to a very deep down folders such as C, app, local temp, really going deep down. So it's very difficult for antivirus to identify them when they wake up and try to send some information out. So what so if there is a virus which has done that, it has located or downloaded itself in a bad location. To harm your PC, it needs to get activated. So it will have to go out on the out on the internet, and it will need an activation key. So if a program starts in what we call a bad location and is trying to go out on the web, the BlackFog will think of have a look at this at saying that, okay, this is a program which is starting from a bad location and is trying to go out on the web and is trying to read a Ukrainian website. Okay, this is something which seems wrong, and it will block it. It will give you, as IT administrator again, an exact location of what program they have blocked. So you're able to identify the program on the PC, and if it is a legitimate program, you are able to whitelist it. And if it is a virus, you will able to use your antivirus on the exact spot and clean it. So this is some of the points how we do spyware ransomware protection. Then we have web commercials. What we do, and I'm just going to give you a live demo of that as well. What we do is that we block all commercials, because we believe that if there is no commercial, there is no malware. So if we normally go to Gulf News, I'm not able to spell, gulfnews.com, and now I'm not used to visit the Gulf News. I have not seen how the commercials are running, but I think there is no commercial right now. I haven't seen this one with commercials yet, so this is a bit difficult for me. But as you can see, it's downloading very easily. It's running very easily. There is no commercials. Let's try to go to CNN. Just go like this. CNN. So CNN used to have a lot of commercials, and as you can see now, there is no commercials. And now you can see here this coming use of cookie privacy policy and all that. All right, fine. I will agree on that, because I know that every time I will close my browser, it will be clean. So I have no worries about them collecting my cookies or storing them. So what happened is, why we can't see any commercials on this is because we act as ad blocker. Normally, the ad blockers, they are installed in the web browsers. So when you are visiting a website, 95% of the website will identify your that you are using an ad blocker, and you will get a pop-up message that's saying, "Dear user, we like you visiting our web page, but we leave off commercials. So please remove your ad blocker, otherwise you're not able to visit our website." So what we do is, because we are monitoring the outbound traffic on the website or on the net card, we only open up for traffic to CNN.com or GulfNews.com. All the other traffic which is generated to all the other servers, the commercial servers and all that, we block it. And this is something you can see here. Just by visiting those two sites, I have blocked 54 commercials. And by visiting those two sites, CNN.com or Gulf News, I have actually sent data to all of these countries. It's Ireland, Denmark, United States, and you can see the timing for them. So you can see that this has just happened in a couple of minutes while we have been talking. Singapore, I have no idea why I sent anything to Singapore. United Kingdom, I have not visited anything. And it's because there is so much traffic which is being generated without us knowing it. So it can be a bit scary sometimes. And all this traffic which you saw here, it's actually all the black dots on this world map, showing all the different locations where my data has been sent. Other than the 54 commercials, we have also blocked 101 profiling requests. And if you're not aware of what profiling request is, it's when you must have experienced it when you have been looking at a watch on the internet, or if you have been looking for a vacation to I don't know, Spain or whatever, and you close your browser, and next time you log on to Facebook, you are only seeing commercials with that watch you were looking for, or you're seeing commercials with the location you were looking for to Spain. And that's called profiling, and this is something we protect against. Again, this is one of the things we protect against. So no one is able to do any profiling while you have BlackFog on your PC. It will automatically block it and delete anything they collect about profiling. So that's profiling part of it. Then we have, I'm sorry, this is in Danish, but this it says suspicious domains, and that's all. That's some of our competitors called secure DNS, and it is a list of 40 million sites which are bad. So if I think I'll hit one of them. Let me see. I think I did it before. Yeah. So CNN.com. It's not this one, CNN. It's the other one, which is very close to CNN. Which normally people will say, okay, I'm going to visit CNN, and they will type CNN.com in, and it will be blocked because it has been listed as a bad site. Because this is actually infected, infected site. So this is the list of the 40 million websites which our competitors and we do have access to. So all of the listed websites in that list, we have per default blocked any access to those. So that's suspicious domain. And next thing we protect against is any data being sent to the dark web. And you guys can ask, why there is no normal employee who will use an employer's work PC to enter dark web or use the Tor browser or something like that. And that is absolutely correctly. You are right. No normal people do that. But unfortunately, a lot of these ransomware attacks are also coming from dark web. And when they come from dark web, they have to go back to dark web to activate themselves or get an activation key. This is what happened with Takaya, with ransomware, which hit Maersk, the big shipping company in Denmark or worldwide. And it was hit, and it was done through because it opened a VPN tunnel to dark web, and in that way they were able to take all of the information and hold it as a ransom. So that is why we protect any data to be sent or sent to dark web to protect any attack from dark web. Then we have the geographically blockings, and here we have all the different countries where we block our data to, or you are able to block data to be sent to. So per default, we only block data to be sent to Ukraine, Russia, and China. And that's because 90% of the attacks, or 85% of the attacks, they're coming from one of these three countries. And again, if a virus comes from one of those countries, it will have to go back to the same location to get an activation key. And this is why we block it. So if there is a virus trying to reach China, we block any access or data being sent to China. Then you can say, what about if we have some collaboration partners in China? Well, then you are able to do a whitelist. You can enter the host name, and let me see if I can. Yeah, I can enter any domain here. I can say tv2.dk, tv2.dk, and now I am, as a user, allowed to open up tv2.dk. If I had, if my administrator had blocked from for any data to be sent to Denmark, I am right now. I have the authority to, as a user, to enter any domains which I would like to connect to, even though the country has been blocked. This is also something you can lock down, so the user won't be able to do anything or are not able to change any settings or add any settings to the platform. I will show you that in a minute in the cloud console. So these red dots you are seeing here are all the countries I have blocked my data to be sent to. And this is, you can actually just choose from here all of the countries. And if you also take some African countries, which are the worst ones, and you have, so if I block these countries, for example, now you can see the red dots are already on. You have your dark web protection, and then you have your ransomware protection, and then you have also the geographical protection. Then you are able to protect yourself from 99% of the attacks. Of course, no one can guarantee 100% protection, but we are pretty sure that you are very well protected when you have all these three attacks or protections on. So this is very much about ransomware and malware, what we have been talking about. And yes, there is a lot of our competitors who are using same kind of methods or offering spyware, ransomware. But what we also in the same product is, for example, program application gateway protection. And that is hackers one of the new ways, or one of the ways they hack into PC. Your PC is if you, for example, CC Cleaner. CC Cleaner is an ad blocker, and it was at a point infected. So when a user downloaded CC Cleaner on the PC and browser and used it as an ad blocker, it did what it had to do. But every time it asked for an update, and the user will press yes, please update my CC Cleaner, it will create a gateway, HTTPS, to get the update. The hackers will then add another gateway to the same update, and through that gateway they will get access to the PC and get all the information they want and hold it as a ransom or use it against the user. So what BlackFog does, and I'm not the big technical guy here, but what the BlackFog does is that it says, okay, this application you are updating, it only needs one gateway, not two gateways. So we'll block the last one. So this is how we do application gateway protection. We also offer in the same product cryptocurrency mining, and this is something which is rapidly growing. Cryptocurrency mining, just to clarify what that is, all these bitcoins and cryptocurrency, they are based on algorithms, and to create these algorithms which also do all the transactions and all that. So there are a lot of algorithms which needs to be running 24/7. To run those, companies have established a big mining farms where they mine these algorithms by using a lot of CPU power and install a lot of servers and so on. So what hackers do is they hack into your PC, they steal some of your CPU power and sell it to these farming sites. They will probably take about 10 to 30% of your CPU power, and you will not feel anything besides that your PC is a bit slow maybe, or the fan is running a bit faster. And you might think, okay, this is because my PC is getting old, or my RAM, I have not enough RAM in my PC. But in fact, this is because your CPU power has been stolen and being sold to these farming companies. So that is also one of the protection we offer in the same program software. So if you have, for example, ransomware protection from anywhere else, and you ask for a cryptocurrency mining protection, they will have to ask you to buy another product. So instead of buying 2 products or 3 products, if you also want to have dark web protection, then you have to buy another one. We simply offer all of these protection in one simple product as a BlackFog. Before I said, when we were talking about commercials, web commercials, that if we block all commercials, there will be no malware. Unfortunately, some companies, they need to see, for example, they have a marketing department, and the marketing department has to see some commercials. So in the marketing settings and in BlackFog, they will let the marketing section see commercials. So they might have a chance to get some malware in, and if it gets in, we will be able to protect it as well. And then we have PowerShell protection, PowerShell script protection, and this is where again, when there is a PowerShell script running, BlackFog will do analysis on it and look at if the script is written rightly, and if what process it is the script is starting and what it's trying to do, and it will put all of these together and sum it up. And if it's a go, it will allow it. If it's a no go, it will block it. And we have seen a lot of customers complaining that we have this PowerShell protection on, but it is blocking our real scripts which we have written ourselves, and we don't understand why it's blocking, because it's legitimate. And then our support team has been looking at it, and they always come back with the same answer, is that you are using some of the wrong numbers, or you are using a wrong script, or your way of writing the script is not correctly according to Microsoft way of doing it. And that is why we are blocking, because per default, if you have not written the script correct, BlackFog will think it's a bad script which is trying to run. So what we say to our customers, if you think you have a lot of scripts which you have written yourself and maybe not be 100% according to how Microsoft allow it or ask you to do it, just click off this PowerShell, and then you will not be able to be protected by PowerShell, but you will also not get irritated by all the blockings we are offering. So you have the opportunity to click on and click off all the protection you need, all your protection you want to. So this is made very simple and user-friendly for our users. So this is how this works, how it looks. Now I'm just going to take you to our cloud console. So all the settings you have seen in BlackFog console right now, you are able to manage them centrally at a cloud console. And this is also, of course, in the price and a part of the solution we offer. You go to blackfog.com, sign in, privacy console, it's already there. So this is the dashboard you come into as an IT administrator, and this is how you can see how your environment is doing with regarding to BlackFog. As you can see, I have in total 10 devices in my environment. 3 of these devices has actually not checked in. That means they have not been powered on, because every time you power on, BlackFog will automatically power on as well, and it will check in to this console. So 3 of them, you can see actually which 3 it is. Okay, this is this device, and it was last seen on the 3rd of April. This one was seen on the December 9th. Right? Maybe you should have a look at it as an active administrator where these machines are. So So we have 10 devices in my environment in total. Then 9 of them are our Windows devices, and 1 of them is a Mac device. I have to tell you guys that we have a fully working same thing, same application for Mac, but Mac is not reporting into this console, and this is what we are testing on right now to make it work. So that's why there is only 1. There has been 16 total threats in the past month. 1 of them has been suspicious domain. 1 of them has been spyware. 11 of them has been geoblogging, and so on and so on. And then you scroll down on the dashboard, and you can see how it has been looked like for the couple of months. And then you have the recent threats. And for example, you can see this is my threat. I was trying to do the CNN.com site. And you can see that it was what time it was, which user it was, and which machine it was. So you will be able to locate the exact machine which has been done. And it will also tell you what unsafe connections which was trying to be reached. So it was CNN.com. If we start from the bottom, you have preferences. Here you are able to Here you are able to put up notifications. So every time there is a threat in your environment, or there is a spyware threat, you can enter an email address here, and every time there's a threat coming in, it will automatically send you an email saying with the exact same information that you just saw for a second ago on the event. So you will be able to have, you don't have to look at this console all the time. You will get a notification, and then you can decide if you want to continue with it or you want to block it. Then you are able to create users who are allowed to come in this cloud console and do stuff. You have the admin, of course. They have more rights than the normal user has. Normal user has, for example, no right of whitelisting different things, but it can have I can have a look at the different events there has been and all that. So you are able to create as many users as you want to. Then you are able to create groups, and that was what I was talking about before. In a company, you might have 3 or 4 different groups. You can have a production group, you can have a marketing group, and they can have different settings. So, for example, production group, they're allowed to visit Russian websites because I don't know, you have a partner in Russia, but they are not allowed to see commercials. In the same environment, you have a marketing department, which have their own setting. They are not allowed to go to Russia, for example, or visit Russian website, but they are allowed to see commercials. So you are able to do different kind of settings on all of you are able to do different kind of settings for all after how you want this to look like or what your need is in the different departments. And then you have all the devices checking in. You can see there is no data such which is personal identifiable. So you can see the last is my machine. It checked in today or to yesterday. Oh yeah, the first time it checked in yesterday. It is a part of the production group, and then and yes, this information about what version of BlackFog there is running and all that. And it is here, when you install BlackFog on the first time on your PC, it will report into here, into default group, and then you can click it, and then you can go up to this, and you can see assign to group, and then you can assign to any of the group you want to. So it will then be able to take all the settings from, for example, production group and whatsoever. And you are also of course able to make a search here, for example. Then you have the settings. You are able to do you have two different opportunities. You have a global setting and then you have a Windows setting. Global settings is you use global settings when you want to whitelist or block something in your total environment, in your whole environment. And this is very simple. You just maybe I should do it in this way. 1 second. If we go on the events, here you have all the events, and I'm just gonna take those off. So, for example, we had a couple of days ago, Darren Williams. He had attempted file execution, and then you have the exact location of what happened, where it happened. So you will be able to have a look at it, and for example, I can say, okay, this one is actually a legitimate file, didn't need to be executed. All right, I will go to settings, in global settings, and then I can add it on here and add, and then it will be whitelisted. So it's very, very simple to do it. You are also able to push out any update to all your environment. So every time there's an update coming for BlackFog, you can auto-update it, or you can say, okay, I need to test it, so I will just close it. And when you have tested, you can push it out. So that's the global settings. And then you have the Windows settings, where you can choose the different groups and set their settings according to that. So I just forgot which part. Mine is on default. I'm just going to move it from default group to production group. Save. Now you can see it's a part of the production group, and then I can go in Windows settings, find my production group, see the settings. Aha. Right now, I have allowed the users in production group to actually do whatever they want, just like I can click on and click off all of these. So this is actually not allowed for the production group. So I'm gonna log it. I'm gonna press save. And in 15 minutes, I will just force update it right now, but in 15 minutes, it will have all the new settings. And other than that, you can see you have all the different settings which I showed you in the user interface. You have the same settings which you can control here centralized with the applications and antivirus, collecting your data, whitelisting Gulf News, for example, blacklisting. For example, some people want. We had a customer who asked us if we were able to block Facebook, and the problem is if you block Facebook.com here, unfortunately, Facebook has a lot of subdomains. So it might be blocked on some PCs, but some PCs might still be able to access Facebook. So what we offered the customer was that if you really want to be a customer and this is something you really need, we will of course have a look into it, and we will maybe add that to our features as well. So other than that, you can see all the geographically blocking I have made on in the production group. So none of them are allowed to use visit one of these countries. So yeah, you have all the settings. And the end thing I need to show you is, of course, all the events. Here you normally, our clients, they only see spyware threats and other threats. They normally just put out these camera notifications and all that, because that's not happening that much. But again, it's up to you what you want to see in your console. Let's see if my auto update. This can update it. And Of course, it has not been done yet. I'll just update again. But normally it takes like 15 minutes, and then it has updated all the latest settings that you have done. Let's see if it's working now. Yeah, now you can't do anything. So everything is working in real time, and it's blocking in real time, and it's very easy for you to control it. So any questions? Because I am almost, I am done actually.